Athens, welcome to the Classic City Business Podcast. Our mission, to connect our community to the local business owner. If you love Athens and love supporting the people behind our businesses, then you're in the right place. We get to know the people behind the sign. Some are legends, others are on their way. You're listening to the Classic City Business Podcast with your friend, your host, all-around great guy and owner of Generations Commercial Cleaning, John Glutt. So get ready, buckle up, hang on, here we go. So I know I went backwards. Let's get back to you. What's the most rewarding thing that you've ever done?
Wow.
I know you didn't prep for that one either.
Yeah, I didn't. I think the fact that we're going to be celebrating 35 years in business this year, the fact that I've said we are entering our fifth iteration of this company in the last 35 years.
Your fifth iteration.
Mm-hmm. Well, we had in the mid-90s, the internet came on the scene and everybody thought travel agencies were going to be put out of business because technology was going to do away with them. So we evolved from there. And then in 2001, we all know the devastation that happened in New York City, and the travel industry went to ground zero at that point. For 3 or 4 months, we did nothing but refund clients. And then we had the recession in 2007 to 2010 or so, and now we've dealt with a global pandemic. I think we learned something from each one of these experiences, and we've continued to just evolve. That to me is the most rewarding thing, is that we've survived. We're survivors.
I feel like we should break into song or something right there. I will survive.
My husband has a few theme songs for me, for sure. Yeah.
I bet he does. I would love to have him on the show, but that would be a different show probably.
Yes.
I love it. All right. I think you've already answered this question, but I always like to ask it specifically about your favorite thing about the business. And I'm gonna answer for you. You said like your employees and developmental, seeing them develop. Mm-hmm. So I want to ask you something specific about that. Because obviously, when you were talking about what you guys do to serve your clients, I mean, there was a huge smile on your face. You got excited. You sat up in your chair. What is it about seeing your employees grow that is satisfying? Where does that come from?
Oh, well, I think it's the same thing about seeing clients go to other destinations and kind of seeing their eyes open or having them think about things a little bit differently. For me, it's just having employees that realize that they are capable of more than they give themselves credit for. It's that when I walk down the hallway and I hear them having conversations with clients, I feel like a proud mama. It's like a proud mama moment for me, because they get it and they really are forging these relationships that turn into years and years and years. I mean, 35 years in business, we've got clients we've had for years. I've got clients that are in other states that started out as college students doing backpacking trips through Europe, at their senior year of college, that are now married with 4 children, and they're still calling us to help with their vacations. It's really fun. It's fun when you kind of get to do life with people. That, to me, is just something that resonates through the Athens community. It's that we get to see all these other people that we admire and respect, and the ebb and flow of their businesses. And it's just fun. So
Athens, I don't know if I'm going to embarrass Tiffany or not here, but I'm going to brag on her a little bit. We pulled into the parking lot at the same time. Mm-hmm. And as we came in, I'm dragging all my equipment, and her office is at the top floor, of course, and I've got this little thing on a dolly I got to carry up. So I'm doing all this by hand. But as we're coming up, she's literally stopping in at offices saying, "Hey, did you enjoy that Disney trip? Hey, did you enjoy that ski trip?" And we talk about investing in our employees and caring about them. I literally got to witness you do that, and it's so cool that we talk about it all the time, but I literally witnessed you do this, and then you sit down and say, "Yeah, this is how we try to go about doing, life and development.
Well, it's about caring about people. I mean,
Yeah.
that's it at the core of it all. I mean, we're in a service industry. We have to care about the work that we do. You know, as the leader of our company, I do care about our people. And I know that if I do a good job with that, then they then turn around and care about our customers. And it just really creates a win-win-win for everybody. And that kind of honestly takes me back to March 13th, 2020, when everybody said, go home for a couple of weeks and work. And what I told everybody that day was, pick up that laptop and go home, hunker down at home for a couple of weeks, because, and stay in touch with your clients. And this is not about selling travel. This is about checking on people and making sure they're okay, because we care and we are the humans behind the machine. The machine doesn't care that the trip is canceled or not or whatever, but we do. We are the humans that, you know, and so that's really the huge difference between jumping online and booking a trip for yourself with a company like Expedia or Travelocity or any of these online travel agencies, basically, is that for them it's transactional. It's how many transactions can they click out in a day. At Global Escapes, it's relational. It's how much quality can we provide to each and every experience that we assist with.
Okay, I love it. We're getting to know you, and you're talking about your company again, so I think we're getting to know you
Yeah.
and where your heart is.
I'm a workaholic too, sorry. Yeah.
Book or movie?
Ooh. Book, then movie. How about that?
Oh.
Yeah.
You know,
I love to read.
I love to ask that question. I think that's the first time I've got that answer.
Yeah. Whenever there's like a movie that's come out that is from a book, my husband and I both are always like, nope, we've got to read the book first.
So, and your husband.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So are you critical of the movie because it's not like the book? Because my wife's done that.
Yeah, well, sometimes. But it's always fun to see it come to life, right? And the characters that they pick, you know, they get the casting and all. It's fun to see. But, you know, the book is great because you use your own imagination on the characters and what they look like and talk like and all that. So that's fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was going to skip this one, but I'm going to ask anyway. I think it's fitting. Dream vacation.
Oh, yeah. I've already gotten, fortunately, I've already had a couple of those, the South Pacific and Kenya last year. Actually, this time last year. Chris just reminded me this morning that this day last year we were doing our hot air ballooning in Kenya over the wide open, the elephants, and it was just amazing. I mean, talk about a bucket lister. It was so awesome. There's so many places that I haven't been. We're taking our daughters to Greece this summer, and that's really important for us because Chris's family is in Greece. His mom is Greek. And
oh, wow.
Very so cool. She and her twin sister are going to be celebrating their 79th birthday this summer together in Greece.
See, that's getting to know you. That's really cool.
And little sidebar fun fact, our oldest daughter, Christiana, is named after a hotel that we stayed in Greece on our honeymoon on the island of Samos.
Was she a honeymoon child?
No.
Okay.
We didn't have her for about 3.5 years after that.
Okay.
But we always said if Christiana was such a pretty name. And
it is.
Yeah.
If I were to, you only can pick one,
Mm-hmm.
but if I were to ask you to recommend a book that everybody should read.
Yeah, there's so many, because I love business books too. Because I am so knee deep in kind of getting the business back on track right now, my friend Chad Collins recommended a great book years ago called Traction. And I think it is an excellent business book. It is all about the entrepreneurial operating system.
That was involuntary. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
So Chad Collins.
Yes. And so we're looking to grow the company. Our plan is to expand into other areas around the Southeast. And, we think there's a lot more people out there that really are looking for our kind of service. and
Relationship
kind of travel planning service. And so that's really been helpful for us to kind of create our long-term vision and then, break it down into bite-sized chunks like, your 1-year plan and quarterly rocks, and really stay focused on the priorities. So my husband Chris and I are rereading that book right now.
Somebody else we just had on, and I'm trying to remember who it was because it was recent, actually mentioned that book. So that's
really
fascinating that you said that. Now I've got to go look it up on Audibles.
Yeah.
I do most of my reading by listening when I'm moving around. So, all right, guys, I'll put that in the show notes.
Yes.
I have to now. Do you have a favorite life hack? Everybody's doing hacks these days, like little tricks and stuff like that. You got any hacks for us?
I think for me as a woman and a mom and a business owner, I think the biggest life hack is don't be so hard on yourself. We all can be so critical of ourselves and what we can and can't do, or what others are doing, and kind of comparing ourselves to others. I think it's just kind of figure out for yourself what drives you, what fills you up, and focus on that. Yeah.
Okay. Well, speaking of filling you up, I haven't asked this question in a while, and I always like the answer because I have some theories and thoughts on it. So you can I could just put it on the list and put it in a category, and we'll do some percentages and see if I'm on the right track. But it's pizza night. What is the best beverage to wash it down with? And we usually get one of 3 answers.
A cold beer, of course.
Okay. Okay. Is it a particular type of beer?
I prefer our local Athens brands, Terrapin or Creature Comforts.
So a lager or IPA, either one, is that okay?
Yeah.
And that's fair.
Yeah.
I get a lot of wine, a red wine, because it makes sense. It's Italian. It's the sauces, That's a horrible Italian accent, but the good news is I can cut this out. See, and then if I'm being truthful, I'm going to be real lame here. There's something about a Coca-Cola.
Oh yeah.
It just washes, it cleanses the palate. That's and those are the 3 I usually get. So we'll mark you down for local beer.
Oh yes.
All right. Is there anything that I should have asked you that I didn't?
I don't think so. I'm just tickled pink that the world has reopened, and like I said, we're back to doing what we love. It's been fun to see my team get excited, hearing from their clients as they return from vacation. But I think we all keep having to remember each week that it's going to take a minute for things to kind of normalize, and I think that's the case for the world as a whole. Supply chain issues, everything has been disrupted. So if I had one thing to kind of just shout out to the world is patience, patience, patience. Just dig deep into your patience reserves, and remember that everybody is kind of coming out of the pandemic from different places. Everybody's experienced different levels of frustration or sadness or just mental anguish of some sort from this pandemic. This is a very traumatic experience that we've all just lived through. So we all just need to be patient and try to be kind.
That's a good rule anyway, because we never know where people are in their life at any given time. That's great advice. Well, listen, this next segment is my favorite, and it goes really fast. But this is my Athens. Is actually called. We do a lot of hashtags. This is my Athens. So, what is your favorite thing about Athens?
The University of Georgia, of course.
Okay, wow.
As a
exclamation mark.
Yes, and oh my gosh, back-to-back national championships, go Stetson, and all the Bulldogs. It's exciting because we have this great university and all of the sports and activities that happen there. We've got such a budding business community, and then the nonprofits, of course, ESP and the Junior League of Athens has always been near and dear to my heart. But there are so many great people doing great things in the city. it's just such a great place to live.
UGA gets brought up a lot.
Yeah.
And I don't know if this is appropriate or not, but my name is John G, and I have no filter. So Stetson Bennett came up. And, of course, a few weeks ago, he got in trouble in Texas. Mm-hmm. Apparently, he had a few, and he was going around knocking on people's doors. And I know can't be true, but I'd seen some meme somewhere where when the officer picked him up, they asked him if he had been drinking. And he said, well, I had 2 natties back to back.
Ooh. You know what? He's 25 years old.
26.
26, and he is like, he's achieved such accomplishments and such fame, and I mean, he's got so much money being thrown at him. I think everybody just needs to back up and give him a break.
Hey, listen, I think everybody's responsible for their own actions, and it's not taking anything away at all from him. But yeah, I think people that want to take a shot are going to take advantage of anything they can get. But I don't know who. I wish I could say I came up with that joke. I heard it somewhere, but I thought that was pretty funny, and I think Stetson would find it funny if it wasn't him. Yeah. So, but congratulations, man. The kid. There's got to be a movie sometime about his story, man. It's just incredible.
And you think about, we all go through life and we all stumble. I mean, haven't we all said or done something throughout our life that we probably regret?
I think I'm probably the only one that's been perfect. Yeah, it's crazy, but don't tell anybody that knows me I said that. But what's your favorite food, or / more directly, what's your favorite restaurant? And I know there's a lot of good ones. This isn't about calling anybody out, but what's your favorite?
Well, oh goodness, that's tough because I love all types of food.
Yeah, I'm kind of a foodie myself. I can enjoy.
I do love Greek food, and my mother-in-law can make some amazing Greek food. Mexican, I like spicy, so I love.
So, what's your favorite Mexican restaurant then?
I just went. I'm afraid to say this because I don't remember the name of it, but there's a new restaurant over in Oconee County that I just tried this weekend with some friends, and it's at that new Wire Park area. And if you haven't been over there, it's pretty cool.
I haven't been yet.
It'll be really hopping this spring, but La Cabana over in Watkinsville, it's their restaurant. It's
okay.
It starts with an L, but I can't remember the exact name of it. But it was excellent. It's kind of a little bit more of a higher end Mexican. Very, very flavorful, very good. Great atmosphere, great service. Yeah, that's my new favorite.
All right, one more.
Mm-hmm.
Favorite thing to do in Athens? Like if you could just do anything, it's your Saturday. I don't know if you have Saturdays off, but what you gonna do?
Not many Saturdays off lately. Favorite thing for me is tailgating in the fall on a Saturday. Right? I mean, because it kind of encompasses everything. You've got school spirit, you've got friends that you haven't maybe seen in a while that all come together, and you've got that common thread of, hoping to see the Bulldogs pull off another victory. It's just
probably
it's just fun. Everybody, well, yes.
Come on, man. You've been around the last couple of years.
I know. But it's social. It's fun. That's probably my favorite thing.
Thank you. This was really good. I really appreciate it. I know you said you've listened to an episode, mm-hmm. but I don't know if you've listened to it all the way through. Do you know how we sign off on this show?
I don't.
All right. Well, I think you'll pick up on it pretty quick.
Okay.
All right. Athens, thank you so much for joining us. It's been a pleasure. I hope you enjoyed the ride as much as I did. And until next time, go Dogs! Sick 'em!
Love it.
Okay, guys, we did it. We made it to the end of the show. Now that you've heard at least one episode, can you do me a favor? If you know someone you would like to hear on a future episode, you can contact us or have them contact us at podcastjohng@gmail.com, or just message us on our social media platforms. We're on Instagram, Facebook. Just search the Classic City Business Podcast. You'll find us. One more thing. Please like, rate, review, and share. All of this really helps a lot. We really do want to connect our community to the local business owner We believe this is a great platform to do just that. And thank you for taking this ride with us as we get to know the people behind the sign. It's going to be a lot of fun. In Athens, until next time, I'm John G. and go Dogs.